Hey everybody, it's Rob here. Welcome to my leveling tier list and also leveling strategy to get to level 60 and also to Torment 4 fast in the new Season 6 starting this Monday. I have a full spreadsheet here where you can follow the written guide, and we also have level benchmarks as well as time benchmarks to roughly look while you level. We also have a leveling tier list in here that helps you to pick your top leveling guide for whatever class you are playing. I'm expecting that most people, and looking at the polls as well, are gonna be starting the Spirit-Born. So this is, I'm gonna make a separate video going in detail on the Spirit-Born leveling, and for all the other classes, like there's basically an overview here. So you're starting the game, and before you even launch it, you should already can do this now and pick a leveling guide. So you can go to this tier list here and you see at the moment the Sorcerer has the strongest leveling guide in the entire game. They buffed Familiar a lot, so it's extremely powerful with the Hydras and Firewall. Next thing here is probably the second fastest, in my opinion, is the Quill Volley Spiritborn. I can show you some footage here. I've played this a couple of times already and leveled with this, and this is also the best endgame build later. So Quill Volley I think is easily number 2, and it's not as strong as Sorc, but it is pretty damn strong. And it basically just blasts through here, even at level 26 here, just doing a Helltide. And this is in hard difficulty. So you'll have to choose a difficulty. We'll talk about that in a second. But basically, Spiritborn here is a ton of fun. And then you can also play Poison. That's also pretty good on Spiritborn. The Minion Necro gets a big buff. If you like to play a Necromancer, I recommend you leveling with minions. Rogue has a new skill, Dance of Knives, if you want to play that. Again, all the builds are going to be linked here. Pretty good. Barrage can also be played. On Barbarian, Upheaval is getting a buff, so I would recommend playing this. And Druid is not that great. You can play Pulverize. There are also going to be starter sets again on each class. And Adam Fletcher posted this here on X. So Barbarian, Weapon Mastery, Weapon Swapping, not too great, but it kind of works with Upheaval. Sorcerer is getting Elementalism and Conjuration, so that's going to be very strong. Necro, Shadow, and Curses. Not that great. I would very much like minions here. Druid is getting Earth, so that's probably Pulverized. It's decent. Rogue, Agility, Stealth, also decent. And Spiritborn, he said kind of everything. So we'll see. It's gonna be, I guess, a bit of a wild card here on the Spiritborn. But Spiritborn is gonna be looking very solid anyway. So you pick this leveling guide by the tier list, and then you need to make a decision. Do you want to start the game on normal or hard? If you are a new player or you're not sure about which difficulty to start, normal is your pick. For 95% of people, start on normal. The difference is really significant between normal and hard. And what many people don't understand is that the story rewards, you're gonna have to do the campaign, are the same in normal, hard, and expert. It's only the bonus XP for the monsters that you kill that is gonna be increased if you go to hard or expert compared to normal. But the most of your XP is coming from these quests and these strongholds that you will turn in. So playing normal is completely fine, guys, because those are not affected. And this is like where 80% of your experience is coming from anyways. So if you're not super experienced, Blaster, start on normal. You want to create a seasonal character, start the game on normal, and then go to the wardrobe to auto-equip your pet. It's going to pick up the items for you. And I would just go with the kitty or the dog, and you get GG loot as well. Obviously, that's a bit of a bonus. Then, after you did that, the next thing you want to do is you start the seasonal quest. The reason for this is the seasonal quest basically gives you a progress bar again. Like you might be used to this from the current seasons. You see here, like you basically need to do this Realm Walkers and get a Zaka room. Benefits here, and you just get new items, you get new transmogs, you get new materials, and you get legendaries and crafting mods, everything unlocked while you progress this. And you also get these new elixirs here, the opals, that give you 15% bonus XP and also can give you extra items, extra gold, extra materials. And from what I've seen on the PTR, you just go to the city here, you talk to the vendor, you do like a 5-10 minute quest, and then you have the progress unlocked. So you want to follow the quest for the seasonal quest until you basically get to the point where you can earn reputation for the Zakarum Remnants. That's basically going to be the play here. And you get extra loot and stuff. You can also, on the way there, you can get some elixirs, you pick some herbs, and you alternatively can do the Raising Spirits quest in Kyovashad to get these herbs to craft an elixir at the Alchemist. And the elixirs that you can craft at the Alchemist will stack with these opals here, making you even more bonus XP. Then, next, you want to start the Vessel of Hatred campaign. I'm not going to talk any spoilers about the campaign, but the campaign gives you a lot of XP. It's amazing graphics, amazing cinematics. You can either skip the cinematics and the cutscenes, or you go a bit slower and you really enjoy the campaign. This is what I would recommend. It's not what I'm going to do, but if you are like, you know, coming back to the game, this is the play. Like, you just enjoy the campaign, take your time. Just do the seasonal quest, start it first. And then you just basically play through the campaign. If you have done the old campaign already, like the basic campaign with Lilith, you can skip right to the Vessel of Hatred campaign. And this is definitely what I recommend. So start with the Vessel of Hatred campaign. It's going to be a yellow marker in-game, and you can just go with that. And when you reach level 15, or I think on Necromancer is level 25, you want to do your class quest. I can quickly show you the Spiritborn class quest. I think I have this as well. I'm going to make a separate video showing this. But the Spiritborn class quest is here located bottom left of the map here. And you can just talk to this guy on the waypoint, Cat Bardu, I think it is. And you basically like get a quest here that you have to follow to unlock your Spiritborn class mechanic. So you just basically do a couple of things. So I did it at 25. You can do this at 15. Definitely recommend, like, whenever it fits on the campaign, and you are like somewhere between level 15 and level 25, I definitely recommend you unlocking this class quest. It's going to take you like into like a spirit realm, and you have to fight some monsters here, and then you basically get your Spirit Hall, Gorilla, and your class quest. And then it's going to be much more comfortable for you, basically to just level through the entire game. Then, after you've done your class quest, you want to keep following the campaign. You basically get to the new region, you get to Nahantu, and then you unlock your first mercenary. And this is going to be like 45, 1 hour in, and you should be level 20 at this point. You get your mercenaries. It's going to be a big advantage if you're playing alone, because once you do 2 mercenary quests, it's not necessarily part of the campaign, but it's going to unlock at a certain point in the campaign. Your mercenary quest, you'll see it, it's going to be a purple marker. And you can do 1 mercenary, and then you can do the other mercenary. In solo, you can have 2 mercenaries at the same time. And they get rapport. And from this rapport, you can gamble additional items. And I think this is going to be a very good way to get legendary items. And you get your aspects and things like that. After you got your mercenaries unlocked, you want to keep following the Vessel of Hatred campaign. Again, the yellow marker. And this is going to unlock various endgame activities for you. So if you play the campaign and you kill most of the monsters, you should be like around level 45, 50, maybe even 55. It really depends if you do like everything and you kill every monster or you skip a couple of things. It also depends a bit on your difficulty. But basically, if you are not level 45 yet, you should be doing some Helltide. So I've been doing this here, basically just going into the Helltide. You can do this with your friends, you can do this with solo, you'll just meet other players, like go to the Maiden, you know, slay some enemies here. You're gonna get good XP and you're gonna get a good amount of items, just like we used to in the Helltides here. And the build is pretty strong. This is a Quill Volley build that I'm playing. It's the endgame build. You can play this right from the start all the way until the very end, and it's one of the strongest builds in the game. So Spiritborn is very good for leveling, and just do the Helltide and it's gonna be fine if you're not level 45 yet. Open the chests at the end, basically, and if there's a break in the Helltide, you salvage your gear, get some aspects, some dungeons done if you need to, because you want to like basically improve your character's power, right? And then once you are like level 45 or a bit higher, you can do the Strongholds. So they did do some changes to those Strongholds. They give a little bit less XP now, but they still give a lot of XP. So you want to continue doing the Strongholds. You have 6 regions, 3 Strongholds each. So that means you have 18 Strongholds that you can do. And you're also getting the renown of the Nahantu new region at the same time while you're doing those Strongholds, because that's giving you 2 skill points and 4 Paragon coins. You definitely want to be doing the renown as you go. And you can finish it later if you like. So you do the Strongholds. And then at this point, you should be level 60. If not, you can keep doing more Helltides. But this should get you to level 60, like, depending on how long you take to the story. Like, if you're, like, watching all the cutscenes and stuff, like, you add an hour on top of this. But, like, 4 or 5 hours, you should be at level 60. And you should have your Renown finished around by that time. And then, the next priority, you want to be getting to Torment I. So you can change the difficulty at this point to Pentient. You should get some tempers going on your items. You'll find the plants in the Helltide and everywhere in the open world. And then imprint some of your gear. You can equip some of the runes. You get them in the story. And then do a quickly like 2 or 3 nightmare dungeons to improve your gear, get the first glyphs. And then to unlock Torment I, you need to do a Pit 20. Pit 20 is pretty comfortable if you have like, you know, all your gear level 60. You don't need any ancestrals yet and stuff like that. And T1 then will unlock access to all the mythics. It's gonna unlock access to ancestral items. It's gonna unlock access to those bosses that drop even more uniques, the tormented bosses. And you definitely wanna do this. So as soon as possible, try to go T1. It's not really too hard on T1 yet, but the torment tiers after that are gonna be specifically very, very hard. From then on out, you basically wanna transition from a leveling build to one of the endgame builds. So you can open in the same sheet here. On the first tab, you have like all the endgame builds, and there's gonna be the planners here. And you can pick, for example, here, I would like the Quill Volley build. And then you can basically see there is like a starter version that you can play when you transition from the leveling build here. Basically like the Paragon board goes all the way up to 200, and you just like basically start selecting the boards, and you look for, you don't have any Ubers here yet, but you're gonna be looking for the uniques that you need to make the build work. So Harmony, for example, this one drops at Gregory, this one drops at Beast and Ice. Rod of Kepeleke, this one drops in Duriel, and Midnight Sun, for example, this one drops in Gregory. I'm also gonna have a link up here. There's a unique loot table, so you can just click on the Spiritborn data here, and then you'll see if you look for a specific item. Let's say we look for the Rod of, and then you'll see like this Rod of Kepeleke drops from Duriel and Endariel. And you also can see here that how much materials you need for each bosses. I definitely recommend saving these materials until you're at least in Torment 1, and then try to get some of these unique items as soon as possible. Pretty much no matter which build you play, most builds have at least 1 or 2 key unique items you will know, judging from the build here, that you will need. So that's definitely your #1 priority. You wanna, don't do this alone. You can use the party finder in game, or you can just get some friends that you have and basically do a rotation for those materials. So you get 4 times the amount of materials, and you can just help each other killing those bosses, getting your unique items, and basically getting your end game build ready. And from there on out, you basically repeat. You're gonna like finish your character, look for better gear. At some point, you're gonna maybe even get an Uber unique. If you're playing Spiritborn, you don't really need it. Tyrell's Might helps a lot though, even on Spiritborn if you wanna go Torment 3 or Torment 4. Again, the jumps between the tiers are pretty high. So definitely stay on the lower tier a little longer if you're not feeling comfortable on the new tier, and go a bit later when you're strong enough. And then I get a lot of questions like, how long is it gonna take, you know, to get to the highest Paragon, which is 300. Again, it's completely optional. You don't need to go to 300. The first 200 Paragons are gonna be extremely fast. This is like very ambitious times, but I'm expecting, I'm not gonna go sleep. Like it's gonna be like less than 24 hours or maybe 30 hours to get to 200. Is gonna be like, I think like 16, 17 hours for us, maybe even faster. And then like the Paragons after that take really long. But the good thing is at 200 Paragons, for example, you basically have access to all the boards. I always have a 200 Paragon setup in most of my builds, especially the Spiritborn ones. So you can just go from there and play the 200 Paragon version, and you'll be just fine. Like if you like invest some time, second or third day, depends on how long it takes you to get to like 20-24 hours playtime. And then you will have, you know, like your full build ready to go. No Uber Uniques yet, but you'll be ready to crush at least T3. And if you are playing Spiritborn, probably also T4 or some of the S tier builds here. That depends on your choice. So I'm personally gonna be playing the Quill Volley leveling build that I linked here. And I'm gonna be playing the endgame build for Quill Volley as well. It's the same build. And I think it's going to take about 100 hours for the first players to reach Paragon 300. If you are going a bit slower and you're going more chill, it's definitely going to be taking like around 200 hours, something like that. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. I think the season theme is going to be fantastic as well. Again, you unlock it at the very start. And then if you want to progress it, you go there and you progress it a bit more. However, it's not needed to do it. It's going to be pretty decent. We'll have to see if it's really going to be as efficient as, for example, of doing the Undercity to get boss materials, or just doing bosses themselves for the uniques. And we'll see about this. I played it quite a bit already, but I did not feel, at least after you got all the rewards, which wasn't taking that long, after you get all these rewards unlocked, it wasn't like crazy efficient to do it. But that might change, and we might not have the final rewards because there is going to be a final patch note. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, my friends. Next is going to be a detailed, in-depth leveling build here for the Spiritborn class, and I'm also going to show you the class quest. Hope you enjoyed. Good luck leveling, and I'll see you soon. GG, my friends. Let's go. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.